Once a year, the skies over the Danish island of Fanö become a playground for the imagination. That's when kite flyers from all over the world meet up to send their finest creations soaring high. There's no question of buying the kites. It's a point of honor to make your own. Manfred Schwarz designed his kite, then spent countless evenings at the sewing machine.
4 months, 6 months with all the trials. And of course you have to fit work in. You've got to earn a living after all. And then you have to see when you have time. You just have to knuckle down to it. At some point you lose your temper and say, no, it's not working. But you want to get it finished. You want something. It's like a picture that you want to finish painting. There's a degree of ambition there so that you want something to come out of it. And then you get back to work.
Milko helps his father through all the creative highs and lows. Once the kite is up and flying, all problems are forgotten. But Milko prefers kite buggying to spending months making kites. He uses 2 strings instead of the usual 1 so that he can steer his kite.
I always fly 1-string kites with my dad and go to kite festivals. It's nice, but after a while it gets a bit boring. So we looked for something with a bit of kick that we enjoyed and gave us an adrenaline rush. This is it. It's perfect.
When the kite festivals first began on Fanö, kite buggying was still unknown. Wolfgang Schimmelpfennig from Hamburg started the meetings 25 years ago with a couple of friends.
We'd flown our kites on fields outside Hamburg, Berlin and Bremen, and of course we discussed what else we could do besides kite flying in our spare time at the weekend. And then we had the idea in the group that we wanted to join forces and spend a weekend with a lot of people, and that was it. That's why we're here on Fanö.
From about 30 kite flyers, mainly from Germany, the festival grew to be one of the biggest and most important in the world.
We have huge numbers of kite flyers here on Fanö. There are 4,000 or 5,000 kite flyers and relatively few spectators because we're in the pre-season, while there are really big audiences, 30,000 or 40,000 spectators at other kite flying festivals across the world, but only 300 to 400 kite flyers. That's the difference. We're a happening, not a festival.
So far, the happening has succeeded without the aid of sponsors. The social aspect is important, and the chance to meet true gurus of the art, like Bernhard Dingwert, 3 times German champion.
I made my first kites by hand with a needle and thread because I didn't have a sewing machine, and I got more and more pleasure from it. And I realized that you could be really artistic with your own kites. And it's a really good feeling to see your kite flying in the skies afterwards.
Bernhard Dingwert made his crocodile 15 years ago. The material for a kite like this costs about 600 euros. And Manfred Schwarz has invested a lot of hard work and money in his aerial camera. It can be steered by remote control from the ground. Then Manfred Schwarz chooses and takes his pictures using the viewfinder. He'll show the aerial photos to his kite-flying friends in Saxony, and who knows, they might even catch his passion for the colorful creations.
At first people smile and say, he's living out his childhood dreams, flying kites. And then you come up here and you see you're not alone, and it's international. That's nice, it's great.
Kite flyers talk about the kite virus, and anyone who's seen their own creation take to the air is likely to fall under the spell forever.